Hey guys, Onlinetechguy here, and we are back with more Cayne. Where we left off, we were trying to get in to print out a PDT or PDA. It's been a day or so, so pardon me for my forgetfulness. There we go. Alright, so we need a fuse. And there wasn't one in any of the other rooms. So there's gotta be... Omni tool. I'm going to stab it.
I think not.
Or not. It was worth a try. Alright. Door has no power. We cannot get through. Can I stab it? Oh, wait, there's things. Want a card? Why does it want a card?
I don't think so.
You said it wanted a card, see? Or maybe it's saying, hey, needs power, call your people. Alright, what's in the storage container? Nothing. Frick. Huh. Still don't know what that code is. Alright, let's continue searching. Wait a minute, is there anything else I can do?
Stupid Hadley.
Nope. Nope.
No, sister.
Nope. How about this?
If I turn it around, it might fit. Probably not.
Nope.
Hadley, are you on drugs?
Nope. Ooh. I did a thing. Cool. The card's static plastic surface is now entirely coated with the ultrafine protein powder. I don't think that actually helps any, but you know. Okay, so it's covered in protein powder. What? I don't understand. It says it looks like it wants an ID. There's no reason that should work.
That worked out better than I thought it would.
Oh. Maybe? Am I done? I'm confused. Why did that work? Well, now what do I do with it? The circuit breaker is now imprinted on the card surface. Do I use the card? Alright. I'm a little slow today, I admit it. Wait a minute. Can I cut the card? Yes, I can! That's cool. That was a stretch of the brain, but it worked. Let us go fetch a PDT.
Sorry, I mean... Gee whiskers.
Fuck.
What is it?
It's... brains.
Brains?
Brains.
Animal?
No, I don't think so.
Brains. Hi, PDA. Sharon Cayne Musk, January 27th. That fucking bitch. I mean, I get it. She's John's daughter, she's a big deal or whatever. But I'm a Cayne, and that spoiled brat needs to know her place. So maybe I'm not her biological mother. Not some nobody gutter whore from the dust colonies. But her father and I are lovers now, and she has to accept that and show some respect. I think I'm going to start insisting that she call me mother, just for today's insolence. And I can probably use John's pathetic piety to play the two of them off each other when she inevitably defies me. That should be amusing. Besides, without me, the whole team would be totally screwed, because I'm the only one who can go near Samantha. Me. Not Julia, not even John. Me. You're a freaky looking woman. Samantha and I have a mutual understanding, I think. An experiential bond. Me with my disabilities and she with her idiosyncrasies. Ever since the stroke, people treat me like I'm different, like I'm other. So, I can empathize with her. She's more than just a product to me, she's a collaborator, a conspirator even. It's not like anyone else knows about our special experiments. The CEO has arrived at the facility. If I hadn't handled some of the paperwork myself, I'd probably have known anyway, because John was especially devout about his purification rituals when we met last night. I was still scrubbing blood out of the upholstery this morning. The shit I tolerate from my career prospects. Since when am I accountable to the fucking support staff? That Danny Boland, geez, I cannot read today, has become a constant and insufferable nuisance, skulking around in my lab and asking too many questions. He's in charge of manning the facility's life support systems, not our research work. I told Samantha about it. She said I should bring her Danny's pet parrot. I think she said that. It's the kind of thing she would say. No, during the weekly inventory, I noticed that 2 grubs are missing from the habitat. Julia's sleazy friend from Mind Transfer has been hanging around our department lately, and he's expressed an overly keen interest in our specimens. Did he take them? And for what? Your bird got into Samantha's birthing lab somehow and was killed. It may be some consolation to know that, despite such a regrettable tragedy, we've gleaned valuable information about Samantha's behavior in the process. She prefers to prolong the suffering of her prey, for example. This could be useful in our research. Sorry about that, Sharon. Evil. I think that John and Julia aren't talking to each other. Between the food poisoning epidemic, a frustrating lack of real progress in our department's work, and her consistent refusal to properly acknowledge me as part of the family, I guess everything is a bit volatile at the moment. Samantha thinks it's hilarious, but I'm questioning my own precarious position in the middle of things now. John is locking himself up in the office and sulking all day, and that isn't exactly helping me. And Julia's sullen disregard is now turning into blatant hostility. Not fucking constructive, Sharon. Samantha has been sort of subdued for the last week or so. She won't tell me what the problem is, but I think it might be something to do with the temperature in the labs. Danny Borland is enforcing new atmosphere maintenance regulations, ostensibly to eliminate thermal fluctuations in food storage as a possible reason for the ration spoiling, but I suspect it's petty revenge for the parrot incident. With the temperature now kept below the habitat's usual 95 degrees, however, Samantha's grubs are drowsy and morose. I visited the atmospheric control room today to see if I could adjust the temperature in our labs, and I made the most intriguing discovery. Somebody has been collecting body parts and making some sort of thing. An organic simulacrum, maybe. I don't know if that's the right word. I must assume this is some secret, obviously desperate new research development in Dr. Adams' department. So I've told John and Julia about it. Tensions have now been temporarily forgotten as our team redoubles its own efforts to resolve the problems of our advanced organ regrowth. Samantha has become increasingly uncooperative, though. I think she liked it when everyone was preoccupied with the circumstantial drama and not her. Whew, these logs are complicated to read today. My personal stem cell therapy project has had some unanticipated results. I've developed what appears to be a cluster of sphincter-like gland ducts around my lower abdomen, groin, and upper thighs, somewhat resembling those found in the more mature grub specimens, that emits some sort of musky, jellyish discharge, perhaps a pheromone? Did I mix up my glial regeneration sequences, or were the samples contaminated? It doesn't matter now. John's become obsessed with them. I suppose the flagellation thing should have clued me into his predilection for kinky sex stuff, but this is a whole other level. I won't lie though, it's kinda hot. Clinical improvement on my mobility and speech issues is limited, however, so that's a bust. Shit. We've been in lockdown for a week and only briefly released today for an emergency drill. Something is going on around here, but nobody's talking about it. First the food poisoning, then the fungus infestation, and now what? I'm down to my last pack of cigarettes. I shouldn't have taken this fucking assignment. I'm not even directly related to Cayne, only through marriage, and my second cousins at that. But here I am, stuck in this crumbling science museum, sleeping with a decrepit zealot pervert, and trying to mend my troubled relationship with the creature from the Black Lagoon because it's the only really meaningful thing I have in here. What have I become? Sharon, we need to discuss the situation with Samantha. It's important. Meet me in the birthing lab Nexus in 15 minutes. Julia. The unlock code is flag lightning bolt, flag lightning bolt. Cool, I have another code. I know what that means.
Hi, friend. I'm Val.
That means I'm going to write it down anyway, just to be on the safe side.
PDT together. Hi, friend. I'm Val.
Alright, 1 second, guys. And I'm back. I just had to find something to write with. The stuff of science fiction body horror turned into terrifying reality. Bloated brain floating in vat. Blech.
Friend, I'm Val. Let's pray.
A swirling mass of neon tentacles makes up an animated, anatomically accurate model of a human skull. The effect is probably much more disconcerting than the lab designers intended. Ooh, a PDT printer.
Personal data tag printer. Oh, PDT. This must be how they're making the security tags.
There must be an easier way.
This facility seems to do things the hard way. I've heard of spinal tagging on animals, right into the nervous system.
Ow.
Maybe this is like an upgrade? But these aren't animals.
Sure we are. We're just meat puppets.
Meat puppets? You had an interesting childhood.
Hi, friend. I'm Ralph. Let's pray into PDT together.
That's creepy. Okay. Maybe I need to put one in there first? Nope. Okay. The cloying stench of putrefaction hangs like a pall over the plastic pallet. Someone is using alliteration. I believe that's the word I'm looking for. Probably not. Oh wait, there's a detached head. Detached brain. Brain. Vicious preservation fluid bubbles around the disembodied brain. A faint, rotting smell permeates the immediate air. Hey Hadley, we gotta print one of these somehow. Don't.
Hi, friend. I'm Ralph. Let's pray into PDT together.
You're creepy. Just saying, you're creepy. Alright. Maybe I have to go find one in the birthing labs. That would not surprise me. That didn't work. Clicked outside the window. Okay. Let's go unlock this door. Alright guys, to spare you the pain of the running animation, I will jump forward to whenever she gets here. Come on, lady. Good. Alright, that was flag, lightning bolt, flag, lightning bolt.
Is there anything else you can make out around you?
No. A deep thumping noise. Like a machine.
Another generator, maybe? Focus on the last thing you do remember.
I can't. There are flashes. A hospital. Family. They didn't like me much.
Join the club.
They wanted what I have.
Oh? What's that?
Money. My name. Then they left me. Or I pushed them away.
Why?
They weren't good enough. They weren't willing to put in the hard work. Wanted to be given things. Given. The things that I bled over.
Well, I don't talk to Mother anymore. And my dad... Well, no clue who he is. She was distant. Maybe she was always like that. Maybe I was just unlikable. She sure made it clear, often enough, that I was too much like him. That she saw too much of him in me.
I'm sorry, Hadley.
That sucks.
Sometimes we unintentionally hurt the ones we love.
Such greeting card bullshit. You don't hurt the people you love the people you love.
You tell him, Hadley. Am I unauthorized personnel? Probably. What do we got going on? What's in here? Hello? Oh, the specimens in the habitat are inert and unresponsive, perhaps in some sort of induced coma. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Atmospheric readout. Sadness. Ooh, I can retrieve a sample. Give me a sample.
Oh, God. It must smell terrible in there. I'm gagged just thinking about it.
Check in. Caligula, Attila, Meningil, Genghis, Mao, Nero, Vlad. Vlad was removed from the habitat using a baited... Okay. Ah, the grubs were named. Caligula has exhibited extreme aggression towards his siblings. Mao consumed 5 appendages for Nero. Ouch. I've supplied raw meat. Vlad has a lot of gas. Vlad, not Vlad. 1 meter. Okay. Attila started the metamorphic process. They don't want stage 2, apparently. Grubs do not like maternal vocal calls. Humidity reduced. Oh, where'd my notepad go? I just had you. Flag plus bolt plug. I'm just using WordPad, guys. Sorry. Alright, so now we have more controls. This one for crew facilities. So that's cool.
Notice the challenge to require full body extraction.
Okay, we're not doing that right now. Obviously. Let's continue to this place. Let's see what there is to see.
Jesus.
Oh,
You're
this place
scared.
looks fun.
Heck yeah, I'm scared. This place. Who could create this?
Monsters.
Crazy. Lacerated ribbons of flesh and muscle tissue frame the shattered vertebra like some grotesque work of art. A mangled PDT. Ooh, PDT! I want your PDT, floating corpse. Can I cut it out of his? So I have a stabby tool, right? Right? You didn't say no. You didn't say yes either. Fine. Ooh, John Cayne.
John Cayne, note
Cayne.
to self, all that have not fins and scales in the seas, and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. Leviticus 9:10.
Well, that's encouraging. What else do we have in this room? Burning machine. Tattered thermonylon strapping and mangled clamps. PDA. More reading, guys. Oh, a lot more reading.
They were growing someone. They were trying to grow Cayne.
Cloning is unpredictable. Cloning an individual is impossible.
It sounds like they were using something special.
Ooh.
Something called Samantha.
Alright, Professor John Cayne. Today is a holy day. Henry Cayne himself has arrived, frozen and waiting for the great harvest to come. Soon the flesh of the immortal vessel will bring him new life. We're closer than ever, and I know it. The race has begun, and I will not allow Dr. Abrams, the heretic he is, to win. No, Cayne will not allow it. He knows his plan, and he knows that it ends with me. Our Leviathan is Samantha. Nothing on earth is her equal, and a creature without fear. The Book of Job 41:33. Never again will he die. Never again will he feel pain. Never again will he leave us. He will be reborn of his own duplicate flesh, and not that of Adams and his ridiculous mind transfer parlor trick. We are getting closer. Our next patient has undergone the new and improved genetic fusion procedure and is reacting well. The spinal cord has been killed, meaning that the dead cells will need to regenerate and reform into a functioning spine. No signs of physical rejection thus far, and cellular regeneration is slowly beginning. It should reconstruct itself overnight. Our Lord has stricken us with inadequacy. We have failed yet again. This is my fault, and I must, as always, accept responsibility. This time, I've added hooks to my whip, and I shall flagellate, I believe, until dawn. I will elaborate on the results after I've taken time to reflect. Fusing Samantha's DNA with the patient's caused the newly regenerated spinal cord to expand drastically, forcing the vertebrae to audibly pop into even halves. Soon after, the patient's immune systems attacked the rogue spinal cells, which in turn retaliated by killing off all other attached nerves. In the end, the patient succumbed to asphyxiation, as the new cells burned through oxygenated blood more quickly than the lungs could produce it. Another failure, but still not a wasted body. This one. Praise be, I've spent the day, or at least most of it, reflecting on our Savior's brilliant plan. The pieces slide into place. Samantha, myself, and the almighty Cayne in the same facility. The planets are aligning, the end draws near, or perhaps the beginning. I'm glad we have finally found a use for Ralph. We've put him to a more productive task. Ha! His blasphemous lectures about how the fungal plague is the result of poor hygiene were getting on my nerves. It's Cayne's doing. The plague is his retribution for our sins. I think the professor's gone a little loco, guys. Tonight we test again. We'll be using the same procedure as before, but this time an enzyme inhibitor will be introduced to prevent excess tissue generation. We must not accept failure. We will bask in the light of Cayne's restored glory. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. Revelation 2:11. Yeah, Professor's nutso. Still, the patient lives. However, it has exhibited some concerning symptoms. Although the spinal cord has stopped regenerating at an appropriate time, the arms and legs will occasionally twitch, or more accurately, flail. It seems that the spine has control over the connected limbs. The spine has control. The patient is no longer viable. After a promising start, the regenerative tissue again expanded beyond intention. Surprisingly, the patient's removed vocal cords were reconstructed. Of course, it did not understand speech. It must have been frightened by its own inhuman screaming, as it immediately tore its own throat out. After some gurgling, it regenerated within hours, then terrible screaming and bloody extraction. A cascade of rotting tissue. The previous throats began to form a dangling, bleeding scarf as the patient continued to tear itself apart. Oh, that abomination! As far as Sharon can tell, Adam's unrighteous creation has wasted precious flesh in making a toy of some kind. Just like its creator, the abomination has been an unholy waste of resources. Even a name such as hobo is an undeserved grace. It is an animal and nothing more. Pestilence strikes. The fungal thread is weak now, but soon it will spread to our food and to our bodies if it hasn't already. This is our first, and perhaps final, warning to make haste. I've traced the spores to a cargo shipment earlier in the year, but I have no idea how they became so virulent. Behold, with a great plague will Cayne smite thy people and thy children and all thy goods. 2 Chronicles 21:14. Okay. The fungus is having an observable impact on the cellular regeneration process. One patient began to develop a film of what resembled reptilian scales, complete with a secondary set of eyelids. This is unacceptable. The spinal regeneration process has been mastered. Almost any tissue can now be perfectly reconstructed, but it's impossible to get definitive results with this interference. Cayne, if you truly seek rebirth, why do you hinder me so? Is this not the time? Surely there is a reason. Samantha scratched several demonic scrawls into an insignificant employee's back. I warned them not to get close to the succubus. She is the devil. Sometimes we need to make a deal with hell to get closer to heaven. Yeah, you've definitely lost every bit of your mind. Forgive me, Cayne. I succumbed to Sharon's temptation and had a romantic dinner rather than working late as I should have done. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit is indeed willing, but the flesh is weak. 1 Timothy 6:11 and 12. My repetitive failure has indeed had an impact on my faith. I am being tested. For the love of Cayne, I shall rise above. Today I noticed that my laboratory is missing several incubators. The last inventory check was several months ago, so it could have gone missing at any time. This was undoubtedly the work of Adams, but why? He doesn't need the equipment, and I can certainly spare it. Perhaps the hobo is involved. It's disconcerting at best. Time is of the essence. Samantha's escape today is likely to be the first of many, and we will eventually run out of ways to subdue her. The re-engineered grubs are producing a potent gas that is driving the beast to fluster. Whether she kills us all or we find a way to kill her first, neither outcome revives Cayne. I will not rest until he has returned to intervene. From this point forward, I live for nothing else. Okay. Radical. Alright guys, I am at time for this video, so we are going to get this PDT somehow, some way, soon enough. But that'll happen in the next video, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Later!